YouTube, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm with the boy Rogue for another coaching session, playing some Rio Hardpoint. Let's get right into this one, and we're just going to go through everything, basically your mechanics, your decision making, and just things you could have done better, and starting off on this side of the map. So starting off on this side of the map, what you're going to do is you're going to use your equipment. I like that. I think the equipment itself, I don't really know where you threw it. It looks like it was a bit of a weird nade, but weird angle, but let's see what happens. Yeah, I think it's just a little bit of a weird angle. I don't know if that's really going to hit that side, but you just want to make sure that you're using your equipment effectively, because essentially if you can get your equipment kill off the start, it's really going to open up the map there. So I don't mind it. Let's see what happens. It just looks like to me it's going to bounce off that wall. I don't know if it's going to hit that side, but it's a good start regardless, hitting your equipment. So on this actual map, what happens is on this side of the map, right, it's better for them in terms they get there faster. They get there a lot faster than you, but overall you want this side for P2. So it's just a kind of a balance. So if you can somehow get that first wave of kills, you're on the good side for the next hill. So it's just about finding that balance, okay? So off the break, I like what you're doing. You're using your equipment. You got your rest of your teammates going through middle. Let's see what happens there. So you see how you didn't get any hit markers? That's something we want to try and working on, okay? And in terms of improving, I was speaking to you like kind of off the video. You want to improve and stuff, and like something like this for me is a really good way to improve. It's just like analyze your own gameplay, just little things like this. So with you not hitting your grenade there, you should probably think, right, let me try a different angle next time and see if that works. And just that's how you can find different like tricks and stuff like that, and just little things to get the advantage. Anything so far? Anything you wanted to say so far on the break? Oh, you did actually hit him, so everything I said is irrelevant. Really good nade there. You end up hitting him. You bounce it off the wall there. I didn't even remember. Yeah. So I mean, I thought it was a weird nade, but you end up hitting him, so that's good right there. So, I mean, fair play, you hit him. So you see you get the hit marker. So now you can say, right, next time I do that, I know that nade works. Hey, everything I said was wrong. Let's move on. So you're going through. So talk to me through your thought process of going to the left here.
I was just stopping whoever was trying to rotate spawn for P2 or trying to wrap behind my teammates.
Okay. So one thing I would say is it might be a little bit quicker to go forward here instead of backwards. So right now, if you chuck a grenade, you could probably jump up and be quicker to go left instead of going backwards and left. I don't know, just a small detail, but you could probably get there quicker. And then I feel like right now, this is an okay play for you. I don't mind this. But one thing most people do is they get caught in the sprint. So you don't want to get caught in the sprint right now. So you're expecting someone to be around here, cool? So you don't want to get caught in the sprint. And what you're seeing right now is based on the timing that you went through, you was a little bit slow. If this player was slightly more prepared, I think he would have killed you. So look at this. If you landed right now, if this player was pre-aiming you, they have a higher chance of killing you. Because look where your crosshair is. You see how your crosshair is on this van? I think just being a little bit more prepared, your crosshair, your centering could have been on this lane, and it just would have been better for you. So the fact that you killed him was more the fact that they were sprinting here. So when someone's sprinting there, it's an easier shot for you. But I will say it was a good push from you. They didn't expect it. So fair play, good grenade to start this one off with. It was a good push here, but just being a little bit more cautious with your centering here, okay? Gonna go through, 2 people go down. Now you're watching the left. The problem we have now is your teammate's dead. You're going through the left, you're kind of holding this flank, but they have all the map pressure on P1. And it's going to be even harder now for your teammates to break the hill because you're not with them. So you kind of have to make a decision now of how you want to break this hill. So let's see what you do here. So now you're flanking. Now, when you're flanking, give me some thoughts right now. Are you just kind of running? Are you trying to go off timing? Are you going off a feel for the map? What's kind of going on in your head right now during a flank like this?
I think I saw some people on my team die, and I was just pushing the flank.
2 people from your team died? Yeah. So you're just trying to make a play right now?
Yeah.
So a few things, okay? I don't mind the flank here. There's just a few things we got to be wary of. Let's go through the things that could go wrong with the flank. If you're standing in a spot like this, and you're going through the flank like this, the problem we have is this. If number 4 decides to push through like this, right? And let's just say these 6 have a gunfights, and shit gets mixy. What's going to happen is, let's just say 4 people die. Let's just say he dies, they die, right? It's now 1v1. As number 4 pushes through and gets this backside of the map, and you push through and flank, you're going to probably end up flipping the spawns here. You see how that happens?
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful, because you don't want to flip the spawns here. You want to keep the spawns and get the map pressure. So this is worst case scenario. Then let's just say they die. You now are flipping the spawns and you're behind with 20 seconds left. They now have P2 spawns and they've got 35 seconds on P1. And this is how some teams get put in the blender because of plays like this. So this is the worst case scenario for the flank. Now, the advantage you have is you're playing with a team, you're communicating with a team. So your goal right now is, what's the perfect scenario? I want you to talk to me right now. What's your perfect scenario right now for the pinch? For you, what's your perfect scenario right now?
I'm just catching all of them, but not looking.
That's perfect scenario, catching all of them not looking. I agree, that's a perfect scenario. What you want to do is you want to go around and get some timing, okay? So every time your teammate gets a kill, like in this case, let's see if anyone gets a kill. Your teammate, you get 1 kill, okay? So you should know that one of them is coming off spawn. So you should be in your head looking at the minimap and thinking, right, when you're rushing this side, KDG, that's the player that's going to be off spawn. So this player here is going to be KDG. Now, KDG has a choice. He could hold boxes if he wants, because knowing that you might push it, or he could go on the hill. So just be careful. This is where counting kill feed is very important. So as you go through now, you know KDG could be holding this. Another thing is you need to be communicating to your team. Okay, I am pushing the flank. Can you guys distract? Can you guys play your life here and just get intel, just shoot them? Like, the point is you want them to distract the other team. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Because, do you see where I'm coming from with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I don't know if any of my comms recorded, because I had like the comms turned off for like recording my voice. So I don't know if any of my comms come through.
That's fine. But just generally, is this something you think you would think about?
Yeah. Sometimes, but not all
sometimes.
the time.
Okay. So that's what we got to be more consistent with, okay?
Yeah, 100%.
But it's just like little plays like this that can separate you. And that's the whole advantage of having a team. It's not about calling where they are. It's about calling plays. So as you're pushing through the flank, if you tell them, just distract them by making a play, and then you can get your timings right, you could be able to flank them. Now, when you slam the door like this, anyone with a headset is going to say, oh, door? Okay, let's watch the flank. So that's what you got to be careful of. Now, look, you're now right here. If he hears this and he's watching this, this is a gunfight. It's very hard for you to win because you're sliding out. He's not there. You're going through, you're behind them. Again, all about timing. So your teammates did distract them. But I just want you to make sure that this is more consistent if you guys actually tell them that. If you tell your teammates, right, like make sure you're distracting them, I'm pushing through now. Little plays like that is going to separate you from other players, okay? Just telling them, right, distract them, I'm pinching now. Don't break the door like that. It's so loud there, Rogue. They're going to hear you, they're going to turn around. So be a little bit more careful there. You're going through. Yeah. This is good. Really good play. You get 1. As soon as you kill this player, your first thought should be looking at your left here. And you see you dolphin dive. So just a small detail. As soon as you get this kill, you should be setting up for the 3-piece. If they're not expecting you here now, they're not going to expect you to pinch. So you should get this kill. Your first thought should be looking at the left, not dolphin diving, because you knew he was around there based on the minimap and just generally. There was no one on the right. There was no one over there. There's no one else here. Honestly, they have to be on the left. That's the only other place they could really be. Okay? So just using that, you should look on your left here. You probably could have got a 2-piece. So that dolphin dive was really unfortunate, but I don't think it was a good play from you. And now your teammates get 3-pieced. Somehow you guys get 4-piece here. So just a real big missed opportunity. You're going to go through 20 seconds up. I like the rotation from you. But again, we want to make sure we're picking up the lane. So as we're rotating now, it's about looking at the minimap. And this is what I spoke about earlier to you in the mechanics session. In scenarios like this, you want to look at the minimap and say, right, where is everyone? Okay, I'm pushing through the left. What's open? Where are my teammates spawning? My teammates are spawning there. That means the red team are going to spawn back there. So you're in a good spot right now. You're rotating, your teammates spawning with you. If you can, you want to have people watching angles and just kind of covering stuff. So let's see what you do now. You have a teammate pushed out. You're going to sit on the hill. This is fine. I like this play. You have people pushed out. Now your teammate's still spawning at the back. So this is okay. You're kind of holding a good angle. This is where you guys need to discuss where you need to be on the hill and what you guys are holding. The problem I have now is your teammates are fighting middle map. You have 2 people fighting middle map. You have 1 player around there. Okay? Are you happy with this kind of existing setup right now?
Let me see.
In terms of
no one's looking right. No one's looking right lane.
Yeah. So I don't mind no one fully pushing right, because the thing is they can get isolated. If nobody goes to the right, they're going to be isolated. So I don't mind somebody, like I don't mind number 4 maybe picking it up like kind of late and like holding the flank and middle. I don't mind that. I think that could be addressed to picking up the right. For me, the biggest problem is you want to kill these players kind of high up. You don't want them to fight you over there. You want to fight them over there. Like you want to trap them over there. So if you could sit on like this head glitch and push up, you can keep these guys trapped in their spawn. That's kind of the goal here. You don't want to be sat back here, because what happens is you let the pressure get closer to the hill. As these players get closer to the hill, they have more chances of trading you. As they trade you, you're going to spawn further out and they're going to get the map control. So right now, I think this is a little bit of a problem. If we look at the mini map, the only spot that is kind of your teammate has here, as he's rotating, look at this player here, as he's kind of rotating in, the only thing he has is this ledge, this kind of area behind you. It's very unlikely that somehow someone has snuck through and they're going to flank you through here, because your teammates are kind of there. So I think right now you need to be watching this side here. But as we go through, your teammates dying, so now it's just about, like, you're watching this middle, but look where your teammate is. Your teammates, I don't mind you holding it now. Even now I would let go, but as soon as your teammate goes around this corner, the second your teammates are over there, you need to be on this head glitch. You need to be pushed out here, because look at the minimap here. He's got this lane. He's got what you're watching. Is there any way that somebody could stand here and shoot you and he doesn't see them, or they don't see them?
No, probably not.
Not really. It's very, very unlikely. Yeah. Like 0.01. Like, there's no way that somebody walks through this door, is standing on this head glitch, and this player is not seeing them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if that happens, it's like, okay, that player's clearly not looking, and it's like, what can you do about that? That's such an unlikely scenario, right? I would rather you, in this scenario, be pushed out a bit more and just stopping them from flooding their spawn, because you know they're going to be pushing out. And the furthest you push out here, the more you push out here, the more chance you have of keeping them trapped far away and keeping them spawning out, and just putting more pressure on them. So let's see what happens. Your teammate's there, so now, there you go. Exactly what I spoke about. I didn't even know this happens. I didn't even know this happens, but that's exactly what I spoke about. Now, the fact that you world star this player, for me, isn't a good thing. It means you had to rely on shitting on them. They should have 100% killed you here. Do you agree or no? Do you think you should have killed them here or what?
100% he should have killed me.
Yeah, exactly. Good. I'm glad you said that. I thought you were going to say that you should have fried him. I was like, okay, we're kind of going to disagree here. But I think they should have killed you here. And if they killed you, I would have said to you, right, I think you really misplayed that. Because there's no way you should let them get from this spot here all the way to this ledge without even getting some information. Now, let's play this in my head, right? If you were pushed out a bit, I don't think that player gets there. I think you kill them before. There's no way he gets to this ledge here, this head glitch here. That's exactly where he's about to kill you from. Past the van on this head glitch here. That's how far he got without you even seeing him. So you were standing here watching this area for a really, really unlikely possibility. And this player was able to go through, get all the way here, and then you ran at him. So just being a lot more quicker. Now you world star him. Great stuff. I just don't think that's very reliable. That's more a bad play from them. Again, you're watching this middle area. We need to be concerned right now of the bigger picture, which is this area here. You need to be telling your teammates, pick up my P1, pick up my flank, right? What you want is this. This is your setup you want. You want someone like this. You want someone on the hill like this. You want somebody sitting somewhere like P1, and you want somebody sitting somewhere like back here. Or wherever this guy wants to be, like maybe there, wherever. The point is you want to kind of keep them funneling through the bottom, and you want to be able to keep them trapped there. That's kind of what you want. But what you have now is you're looking at the top constantly, and then you're just letting them flood in, get closer and closer. When I'm playing this hill and I'm number 3, I'm trying to get close as possible and make a play with a sub and keep it mixy. That's what I'm trying to do. But that's what you want to stop them from doing. Now, how can we do that? Well, you've got equipment right now, so you need to be stunning and nading, keeping them trapped back. Okay? Right now, there's 3 of you here. So as your teammates are there, you need to just worry about this lane here and tell your teammate to pick up that area. You do not need to worry about this if they got that. But look what you're doing. You're kind of watching it. You're constantly watching it. And now you push it through. There you go. So you got to this spot. This was really good. But my point was, against better people, they're not going to give you that opportunity to like mess around, then get there. You see where I'm coming from? It's all about speed. Yeah. Exactly what we spoke about in the mechanic session. You're making the right plays, but it needs to be a lot quicker. Right there, perfect example. Be quicker, you'll be fine there. You go through, this is good. Use your equipment now. You know they're coming through this lane. Chuck a stun over, chuck a frag grenade. You don't have to, but just an option. This is a good play from you. Really good play. You make him weak here. Hopefully you have a trophy in a second. This is good right now. This is good. Really clean stuff. Now, they're not the best players. I can just tell the way they're challenging this, but this is what you need to do. You can only kill who's in front of you, right? And this is the best chance you have.
One back. Yeah.
Now, what happened here? Somebody snuck through. Just to be really advanced there, you can count names. This isn't something you're probably going to do just yet, but if you really count names, what you'll see is, okay, we killed Cuban, we killed KD, and we killed JD. Okay, we killed JD, we killed Cuban, we killed KD. Where's the other one? There's one more person missing. Oh, he might be flanking. That's how you can be really advanced and like really play as a team. Happy with that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because now you're like, oh, where is this guy? So imagine it's the optic. You're like, oh, we killed Pred, we killed Kenny, we killed Shotzi. Where's Dashi? We're looking for Dashi. Someone pick up the late pitch. That's how the pros play, and the best pros count names and stuff like that. It really, really makes a difference. Where's Dashi? He's on the flank. Yo, pick up the flank. Without counting names, you're kind of just guessing. So 1, you see 2, you see 3. This should give you an indication somebody might be flanking. So the blue arrow there, they should pick that up, or someone there should pick up. There's 3 of you around here. So just little plays like that. Not the end of the world, but that player flanking makes a good play there. You get 3 and they end up spawning behind you based on that player. Now, in this scenario with 25 seconds left, you actually take this benefit of the doubt. You keep the hill, but you don't really want the spawns at the back now. If for some reason they flip the spawns, what your job is now is let them push through the back, start rotating, because you've got like 30 seconds here. You did a good job. We didn't get 30, but you can get 30 seconds here. You don't really need to get the spawns here. With 25 seconds, you actually don't mind them spawning at the back because you want to rotate to new. So you want to hold the hill from the front. But again, looking at the minimap now, what happens? You guys get the kills, you guys get the kills, you go through. You're pushing the back now. Why? Because you think they're going to be there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
As soon as you see that green arrow spawn, that should tell you, oh, spawns are flipped again. You shouldn't have to worry about the spawns here. You can check it in case somebody snuck through, but you shouldn't be sitting here holding this angle. Because look at your teammates. Your teammates are there now. So now imagine you're red, right? This is what's happening. Your teammates are there. Look what you're pre-aiming. How likely is it that someone's in this gap right now? If we look at our minimap, like realistically, how likely is it that someone's in this gap?
Probably very unlikely.
And even if you think they might be, just check it, because there's no point waiting for ages, because you need to worry about the bigger picture, which is what? The front. So now look, you're going to hold it. You're going to hold it. What did they come through the front? They literally come through the front. Well, they come through the jump up, but same thing. They go through again. You're watching the back, you're holding it, and now this is the problem. 15 seconds left. You actually don't want to spawn here. You now want to rotate, but look what you're doing. 15 seconds left. If I asked you on the map right now, all right, we're going to P3, Rogue. We're going to P3. Where do you want to be on the map? I want you to tell me right now, with 15 seconds left, where would you like to be, please? If I gave you a magic wish and I said, right, where would you like this arrow to be 15 seconds left? Where would you say to me?
Probably in back spawn P3 where the helicopter is, or
okay.
Yeah.
So I don't even mind you like somewhere here, right? Just kind of watching a lane and like making sure you've got map pressure, something like that, right? So let's just say your spot there, cool. This is kind of where you want to be. Again, I think pushed out a little bit more, maybe here's pretty perfect, but that's fine. But instead you're over there. You're now spawning your red team all the way there. With 15 seconds left, there is no benefit to being here. Because what happens? Well, let's see. Your teammates are spawning here now. Every second now, there's 15 seconds left. You've got the hill. In terms of map control, this is your map control right now. You're there. You've got your teammates spawning there, and you've got one person in the hill. If we look at overall map control, this is it. This is our map control right now. That's just not enough map control. If I'm the blue team and there's 15 seconds left, this is what I'm doing. I'm sitting up here. I'm having someone up here watching this side. I'm having somebody in the hill watching these stairs. Yep. I'm having somebody on these eskies here. This for me is a perfect setup. I'm having somebody on this car here. Actually, I'm having somebody pushed up, to be honest with you. I'm having somebody pushed up. If I really want to, this guy can push up as well, but I'm probably not going to do that. And this is like a perfect setup for me. This guy can control the middle. This guy can maybe jump on the ledge and hold it from here. But the point is they're going to trap you. They're going to keep you guys trapped here. You see where I'm coming from with this whole setup? You don't want to be here because look, with 10 seconds left, you guys are so out of the play now. Now you're going through. Let's see what happens. You're getting the rest of the time. Your teammates are spawning out. They're actually winning a lot of gunfights. So fair play to them. They're winning a lot of gunfights. And this is a difference. In these lobbies, you're going to get away sometimes with making the wrong play because the opponents aren't really going for spawns. So you got away with it here. I think you got away with it. The opponents play that really bad. So against better people, you're not going to get away with it. And that's kind of what we need to work against better players. Like, we need to be setting up a bit more, okay? So you guys end up breaking the hill, but what happens? 5 seconds later, you end up losing the hill. So same thing. We need to be more ready and kind of more careful for that. Looking at the minimap right now, it's very clear to me the only gap is by boxes on the right. So you guys should be using your equipment and kind of stopping them there. So you go through the right. I don't mind you holding the right. This is not a bad play at all. Again, as long as you're communicating to your teammates, I've got the right. Let's see what happens there. Now they get taken out of the hill. 3 people go down. Let's see what you do here. I mean, fair play. Good kills. You get a 2-piece. You can't really do too much more. One thing I will say is just that after this 2-piece, if you can buy a little bit of time right now, that'd be perfect. Maybe chucking a stun and just kind of watching the left. Like, what I think could be perfect here is backing off to this angle here. So getting these 2 kills is massive. I think they play that weird again, but I would probably like chuck a stun here and watch this left door for a second, knowing that they're going to push you and buying time for your team. You don't need to 1v4 this. You already did so much. You got a 1v2. But now you're by yourself. You see your teammates are coming through. Imagine if you held this angle instead and let your teammates go through. You would have given them a few more seconds, but you would have been able to trade effectively. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Again, just being a little bit smarter. That was a really good 2-piece from you. Now you're going to the new hill. Perfect. 4 down. I don't know where they're going to spawn. Because of the spawns right now, there's 4 down. We don't know where they're going to spawn. So what you need to do is get intel from your team. Are they going to spawn at this point here or this point here? Based on this current hill, it's very likely they're going to spawn out here. So I would be careful and turn around. But there's also a small chance they don't spawn there. But I think they're going to spawn behind you. So great read from you. I like that from you. And that's exactly what happens. They spawn behind you. One thing I'm seeing is you're not using your equipment. And that is a perfect example. As soon as you identify the spawn flip, you need to reposition here. You read it really well. So I'm really happy that you read this. But you need to reposition. This isn't the best spot for the other side. So you need to straight away reposition. If you're going to stand here, use your trophy, use your stuns, use your grenade. Look at the big problem here. You're standing here. No trophy system. The first guy that pushes you takes you out. First player that pushes you takes you out. You go through, you don't even kill the first player. Nade hits you, you're taken out. You should have, in that scenario, got 2 or 3 kills there. At least 2 kills there. And that's an unlucky one, but I think going back, if you played a better spot, would have been a lot better for you. Just little things like that. Your teammate gets 2, perfect. Right now, maybe go boxes. Maybe go boxes and hold that angle. I don't mind this. The only problem I have is when I play boxes, I'm slide cancelling over there on the head glitch, and that's such a free kill against you right now because you're standing in the open, right? So while your teammate's holding there, I prefer you playing a kind of a closer angle, just holding boxes there. That's just my preference there. So your teammate picks it up. Okay, cool. Overall, I'm okay with this. It's good play. Good play at all. You go through. Let's see what you do here. Again, not the end of the world. You're pushing through. 20 seconds left. See how you approach the new hill here. Any questions so far? I think we spent a lot of time at the start of that game, so a lot of this stuff is kind of like similar points, nothing really crazy. Any questions so far?
I'm just absorbing everything.
Yeah,
it's
that's good.
Different to look at it through your perspective. You know?
Yeah,
I don't notice half this stuff that you're saying.
Okay, that's good.
It makes a lot of sense, you know.
Yeah. So I think when you explain it, you're like, oh, it sounds obvious, but in the game, it's about actually thinking about it. I think that's just a big factor.
Yeah, definitely.
Good play again. Now, remember in our mechanic session when I kept on like rushing you and stuff? Honestly, the big difference for me is just the pacing. Like in these lobbies, like this, you have so much time to kill them. Like I think against like a Crimson player, like he's going to be like pre-aiming you, drop shotting you, like cameraing you, but you just have so much time to kill them. So I want you to just yourself work on your natural pacing because they're not going to like, they're going to be slow. So I don't want you to like get lazy and comfortable with that pacing. I want you to expect better players to be a lot faster with their decisions. Big 2, good 3, perfect. Right now, again, one of you needs to stay on the hill here. There don't need to be 2 of you on the hill. Right now, there's 3 of you in the hill almost. Another thing I would say is put EOD on for sure. Definitely EOD. TACMAS doesn't really work on this. You need EOD for sure.
I did. You know, it's funny. I did change it to EOD.
Yeah, for sure.
I changed it because I was like, 100%. Why do I have this on?
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, for sure. EOD, for sure. Right now, you're watching over your teammates. I would watch your right because that's exposed. You're watching over the app again. Good stuff. Just a little bit quicker. That's fine. It's fine. 20 seconds left. We need to start preparing for new. We got to start preparing for new. You know they're spawning on that side. There could be somebody pinching the route that you took on the first hill. So this is where we're going to be a bit quicker. Right now with 15 seconds left, I want to see you start preparing for new a little bit quicker because new's such a big hill here. And yeah, let's see what you do here. Good shots and they come behind you. So I just think what you did there was you just didn't really pick an option. Like, you have this side of the map, okay? They're all spawning on this side of the map right now. They're kind of spawning here. I think you just got to, like, push P1 and, like, just keep them trapped there. But, I don't know, you kind of just went through the left here. And you kind of just went through the middle and let them, like, pinch you. You just made it a little bit more mixy. Because now we don't know where they're coming from. They could pinch you if they want. And I just feel like you could have just held this side of the map. Maybe gone to P1 from here. And just kept them, like, trapped on their side. Because you going through middle now, look what happens. Look at all 4 of your team are. Look at all 4 of your team. Let's say you're the blue team, right? All 4 of your team right now, well, one of them is over there, but the rest of your team, like 3 of you, if we look at map control, you're kind of like in the middle like this, like 3 of you like this. So we don't really have a side of the map. So we can get pinched from both sides kind of easily now. And it just makes it hard to predict because I don't know where they're coming from right now. They could be coming from behind you. They're going to probably be spawning over there, but they could easily flank you. So it just makes it harder to predict right now. And you can see that's exactly what happens. You guys get 2. There's one more in front of you, but look what happens. There's someone behind you now. So it's just making it a little bit harder. But as soon as you realize someone's behind you, I would realize that, okay, I now know that the red team are spawning behind me. As soon as I'm getting shot here, I'm going straight away to this top bridge and I'm watching this area. Like, I know they're going to be flooding through this spot here, going towards P1. So I'll be watching my right here. But then this is the problem. Because you're by yourself, your teammate dies as well. You're just in the middle of nothing. So I think just next time being more set up as a team and just kind of controlling one side of the map. I would have preferred you rotating again and leave it. That's only 5 seconds. Like, I don't care about those 5 seconds. You're literally on the new hill here. I would have loved for you to stay there and just keep these guys trapped. But instead, like, you give up the P1 to get 5 seconds that you don't even get here. There's 2 of them here now. There's 2 of them on the old hill. We don't need to worry about them. Let them be there. Let's just get the rotation going. You see, you got no time for that and you just got the kill. I would have preferred you kind of go to P1 there. Again, you got your equipment. Same thing. So that death there, I feel like could have been avoided. We know they're on the right. We know they should be on the right side. Why? Because your teammates on the left, just using your equipment and stuff like that. So that's about pacing once again. I think you could be a bit more proactive and just being there already. Think that's fair?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. 3 down. Perfect. Where are they spawning? On the other side of the map. That's good. That's great. Keep them trapped there. As a team, what do we want to do right now? Well, we want to keep a line. So we want to have somebody on the right like this. Remember, it's not about just making it mixy. If you get 3, 4 down, what do you want to do? You want to just make it predictable. You want to know exactly where they're coming from. So if you have 3 people like this, like 1 person watching the right now, you have 1 person on this head glitch here, and 1 person sitting like this, there's no issue with it. This is a perfect setup in terms of you've got everything covered. If this was your blue setup, what would you be? Would you be happy? Would you not like this? Is there anything you want to change? What do you think?
No, I think that's a pretty good setup.
Yeah.
I mean, hold on, let me see.
Go for it.
Maybe P2 pushed up a little farther. Like
okay, I mean, on the original, yeah, I don't mind this again. Okay, that's fine. That's even better, to be honest. That's fine. The point is you want to keep them trapped here, right? So this is kind of your line now. You're basically saying, we have everything. Anywhere you push, we're going to have someone watching it. We're going to get our trades. You're going to send more people through middle. We're going to stack middle more. If you get the kills, we're going to adjust. But the problem is now, look at this setup instead. If we back off, as soon as you get a 3-piece, look at this. So as soon as you get a 3-piece, in your head, you should be thinking about something like this. But instead, let's see what happens. One of your players is on the stairs. So first things first, this player here pushes the stairs, ends up getting taken out. Now that has completely changed the dynamic now, because the player on the hill is by themselves, right? So let's push through. The other player is not alive as well, so they're not there. They're spawning up now. So 2 of them are spawning up now. Now this player who was supposed to be you going to the left, you now have to help your teammates on the hill. Because why? Because the other player died. So now look at your map control. It's completely shifted. Both of the flanks are open now. They can now push through and flank the hills. They could push through like this now. You just open up the map now. Now look, you're by yourself. You're both on the stairs. They could have the whole of this side open now. You're just really allowing them to get some timings here. Equipment is a must. Equipment is a really big thing that you need to be using, which you used there, which is good. But look at the map control, the difference here. The player behind you right now is watching the same thing as you. I just think you need to like pick up the left or just like pick up the right or hold one of the flanks. We don't need 3 of us on the hill. I feel like one of them holding this side is so beneficial. Just to make sure that they're funneling them through. That's just me anyways. But you can see there's 4 of you now. This is a good example of too much. Yeah. It's just too much on the hill. It's way too much on the hill. Like, you might get this time. I would say yes, you're guaranteeing this time. Now, if the score was 240 to 220 and you needed 10 seconds, okay, I understand. But right now, like, there's 4 of you on the hill. It's too much for one hill. Because you're completely ignoring all of the outskirts. This is your map control now. So yes, you might get this hill. But what about number 4 flanking? What about number 3 flanking? You're setting yourself up for failure for the next hill. And look what's happening. You don't know where they're coming from. You have no clue right now. I don't know where they're coming from. Because the game doesn't even know where they're coming from. Look, they're pushing through. Now your team is pushing through. So with 25 seconds left, instead of holding this angle, which should be the furthest you push out, number 2's pushing through. You're basically saying to them, please give them this side of the map. And that's not what you want. You want that side of the map. So look at this. Your teammate's pushing through. Your teammate's pushing through. And now look, you're holding that. They're going to spawn behind you. But it's like, where are they? Now your teammate's there. You're just like, I don't know where they are. I'm just going to run for the sake of it. And that's where inconsistencies come. Because you don't know what's going on. Your team don't know what's going on. No one knows what's going on because of the setup. Right? Now look, you're backing off. You shouldn't have to worry about the spawns there. But you don't even, I don't even know what's going on right now because there's so many people all over the place. But can you see why? Because everyone's pushing out all over the place. There's no setup. There's no structure. And this would not happen in a CDL match with the top 4 teams because they would have a structure. They'll know, right, they're going to be spawning this side of the map or this side of the map. But now you're backing off and this, you see your teammate, I believe that's your wife you were saying, spawn out for P2 because somebody pushed this area. So it's obvious now in hindsight that they're going to spawn here, right? You've given them the spawns there. Okay?
Yeah.
Now you get taken out.
I think I figured that they'd had the spawn, so that's why I started pushing it.
Again, I don't blame you here. I don't blame you here, though. I think it's too late, though. I think this is the scenario where I understand what you're doing here. My point isn't this, to be honest. My point is more the fact that as a team, this shouldn't happen. We shouldn't let it get to the point where we have 4 people in P1, and then we don't even know where they're spawning. That's kind of my point. And now look where you spawn. With 5 seconds left, if I said to you on P2, where's the worst spot to be on the map? It's probably going to be over there. And that's exactly where you are. If we look at P2, look how far you are now. Just from those little decisions, you are 20 seconds away from the hill now. You are so far. Look. By the time you get to the hill, how much time's wasted? 25 seconds, you're not on the hill yet. That is crazy amount of time. We've just given them for free. Now, against this team, yeah, it might work. Against a better team, that's not going to work. 25 seconds later, you've had one gunfight, you lose it, and it's just, that's the problem with just getting out-rotated. You've given them basically the 60 seconds there. What was the score before this hill? They had 77 points. What's the score now?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't even touch the hill. They got basically a full 60. Now, if we go to the beginning of that hill, when you guys, like, before it even rotated, the downfall was over there, was over here. Think about it. With 30 seconds left, you guys get a 3-piece. Now, think about just how crazy this is. You're on 167 right now, and you get a 3-piece, okay? You get 15 seconds, you lose the scrap time, and you lose the whole of P2. It's just not worth it. So when people try to flood the hill and try to stack it like this, you're not even guaranteed that time, and you're getting out-rotated for the new hill. It's just like being a lot more efficient with your timings, okay?
One's behind the stand.
Makes sense.
But because you had such a big lead, it wasn't the end of the world. So now we need to regain, lock in for P3 to see what we can do here. We have a teammate on my right now. So you want to be watching top middle right now, just kind of cutting that. You have a teammate right now exactly where you're pre-aiming. So we don't want to be pre-aim. Right now you're wasting your pre-aim. You should be watching this top middle area instead. Look what you're doing. You're standing here pre-aiming this, and this is your teammate. Again, do you think someone's coming through this gap? We've had this a few times today already. It's it's impossible at this point. To have an enemy here, unless he's coming from underground, it's impossible. You see what I'm saying? Your teammate's right there. So it's being quicker. Watching this top area more. Quicker, and now the right's empty. So it's just about picking up the right lanes as a team. When you have a team, it's so easy to pick up the lanes. You just got to use the mini-map. You're getting the kills, but you're making it a lot harder for yourself. Again, it works out here. It works out because they're not great. You're soaking time, but I think as a better team, you're going to kind of get punished for this. Same thing, we're looking at the mini-map. As soon as you're in this scenario, you should be thinking of danger behind you. Like, I don't mind you helping your team, but your first thought should be behind you. The second that kill goes through, you should be turned around by now. Like, straight away, you should be turned around. You see, you're watching your teammate again. Good two from your team. That's 3. The last guy's in the garage. Great. 4 people down. Perfect. This is perfect. Now, keep them kind of trapped in. But look what you're doing. You're staying on the hill. We want to be pushed out now. Right now, you should be standing there. Even if you think they're coming through, right? So I'm assuming you think they're coming through, where is it? I'm assuming you think they're coming through here, right? Based on your pre-aim. Yeah. So if you're this red player here, instead of holding it from there, why not hold it from here so you get the intel so much earlier? You could have the gunfight there, and then your teammates then know they're pushing it. You only need 8 seconds. You should be pushed up, Heck, making the gunfight harder for them. Because now look how compact you guys are. You just got 4 down, and look what happens. You guys almost get taken out again. We shouldn't let them get on the hill. We should be way more pushed out in scenarios like this. Good win. It was an easy win for you guys. I think could be way cleaner though. Way cleaner.
100%.
What do you think? Yeah,
that makes.
And against better players as well.
Details, yeah, that could have been way cleaner.
The thing is, like, the game was fine, and you guys fried them. But against a better team, like the fact that you guys won by 100, and we had so many things to talk about. Imagine if you lose, it's gonna be like, wow, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll carry on. We'll discuss in a second. But YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed the VOD session. Make sure to drop a like. Shout out to the boy Rogue for that gameplay. It was a really good one to kind of break down. If you guys are stuck in that gold to platinum range, even early diamonds, I think this should hopefully be helpful to you. Just like controlling the rotation as a team, kind of pushing up that line, and just overall the map awareness. I think that's a really big factor. If you guys want coaching yourself, make sure to hit me up on Discord. The Discord link is in the description. And yeah, I'll catch you guys for another video tomorrow. Peace.